The miracle of turning water into wine at Cana is found only in the Gospel of John, and it is the first miracle that Jesus worked narrated in that Gospel. There are a number of aspects about this miracle which are very evident even when we first read the miracle cursorily. It begins by telling us that on the third day, there was a wedding. The third day was a very important concept, a time reference in early Christian theology, because it was on the third day that Jesus rose from the dead. So when John begins this miracle with this phrase, on the third day, our antenna goes up. Our attention is focused on what John is going to say further. A wedding. A wedding is a time of celebration. A wedding is a time of joy. A wedding is a time when everybody is relaxing and happy together. And we are told that the mother of Jesus was there, and that Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. So there is this large crowd at this wedding. There is the mother of Jesus, and there is Jesus and his disciples. And suddenly there is what seems to be a calamitous situation. The wine gave out. There was no wine. If there was no wine, it could likely mean an insult to the bridegroom. The guests would begin to talk about the bridegroom. The guests would begin to talk about the stinginess of the bridegroom and begin to malign his name, the name of the house of the bridegroom. And so it was a very challenging situation. Unlike what many think, that the mother of Jesus goes to him with a request, she does not. The mother of Jesus only points the situation out to her son through this sentence: they have no wine. She does not ask him to come to their aid. She does not ask him to work a miracle. She does not ask him to turn water into wine. She knows her place. She knows where her authority ends. And so she only points to the situation. She makes him aware. And the reason why she makes him aware is because she was aware. And this is one of the most beautiful aspects of Mary, besides many others. She is a woman who is aware. She knows what is happening around her. And not only does she know what is happening around her, she wants to do something to remedy a calamitous situation. She wants to come to the aid of anyone who is in need. And this is expressed in this sentence, which she talks with her son: they have no wine. Jesus will not be moved from the hour set by his father. His mother is an important person in his life, but his mother is definitely not as important as his Father in heaven, because of whom Jesus has come down on earth. As a matter of fact, the sustenance of Jesus, the food and drink of Jesus, is to do the will of the Father. And so the mother must take second place when compared with the Father in heaven. And that is why Jesus says to his mother, "What business is this of yours and mine?" And then to clarify what he means, he adds, "My hour has not yet come." What is this hour? This hour is the hour that has been set by the Father, the hour of glorification. And when will this glorification take place in its entirety? It will take place when Jesus in obedience totally to the Father's will, dies on the cross. That is the ultimate sign that Jesus will give to show his love for the whole of humanity and in accordance with the Father's will. Because the hour set by the Father has not yet come, he can say to his mother that she ought not to interfere now. Mary does not take offense. She knows where her authority ends, and so she is very willing to take second place to the Father in heaven. And that's why she does not respond to Jesus. She understands what he is telling her, and he is saying to her that in front of his Father in heaven, she will always be behind, and she accepts that. And that is why she tells the servants what she keeps telling us: do whatever he tells you. Do whatever he tells you, not what I tell you. And Jesus, though the hour set by the Father has not come, accedes to this intervention, not request, of his mother. She has simply pointed out the situation to him, and he, on her behalf, will remedy the situation, will ensure that the bridegroom's name is not maligned, will ensure that the bridegroom will not be spoken of in negative terms. And what does Jesus do? He does not simply turn a small quantity of water into wine. He asks the servants to fill 6 stone water jars. And each of these water jars could hold 20 or 30 gallons, which is about 80 to 100 liters each. And so, you can imagine the quantity of water that was turned to wine, because these jars were filled to the brim. What is the meaning of the jars were filled to the brim? It means that when Jesus gives, he gives without measure. When Jesus gives, his gifts are overflowing. When Jesus gives, he does not give miserly. He does not give in a small quantity. He gives totally and completely. And this final gift will be the gift of himself. And not only will he give totally and completely, but the quality of that gift will be superlative. The quality of that gift will be excellent. The quality of that gift will be incomparable. And this is what it means when the steward tastes the wine and calls the bridegroom and says to him that usually the best wine is served at the beginning of the wedding feast. However, this bridegroom has acted differently and has kept the best wine till the end. This is because the gift of Jesus is a gift without measure. The gift of Jesus is a gift without comparison. The gift of Jesus is a gift that is given generously. In summary, Paul summarizes this when he says that each one of us is given a special gift by God. And because each one of us is given a gift, we ought not to compare with another. There is no better, there is no good, there is no best. There is only a unique gift given to each one. And that is why each one of us must be content with the gift that he or she is given. There is a reason why this gift is given, not so that we can keep it for ourselves, that we can be selfish about it, that we can be miserly about it. No, but that like Jesus, we can be generous with giving this gift to anyone in need. The gifts that we are given have to be used for the good of others. If we keep the gift for ourselves, then we will be living selfish and self-centered lives. We are called, in imitation of Jesus, to give of the very best that we have, and to give generously. And that is why in the first reading, Isaiah speaks about the vindication that has come, the salvation that has come like a burning torch. And everyone, he says, will see the vindication of God's people. Our Blessed Mother Mary gives us a very beautiful example in the gospel text of today of how we must respond to our own selves and of how we must respond to the gifts of Jesus. She will keep pointing our own situation out to the Lord. She will keep pointing out to him that we are in the midst of a terrible pandemic from which there seems to be no escape. And the Lord will possibly tell her once again, what business is that of yours and mine? My hour has not yet come. And then like Mary, we have to be open. Then like Mary, we have to be receptive. Then like Mary, we have to be patient and wait on the Lord. And then we have to hear the words of our Blessed Mother to us, like the servants heard it to them, do whatever he tells you. Like Jesus, then we have to be attentive to what the Father will have us do. Like Jesus, then we have to be open and receptive to what the Father would have us do and do it courageously. Jesus is saying to us today, like he said to his mother, you will be transformed. Your lives will be transformed. Like the water at Cana was turned into wine, so also your lives will be turned into joy. Your sadness and your sorrow, your plagues and your pestilences, your pandemics and your epidemics will be healed, will be made whole. G.K. Chesterton, in summary of this miracle, said so well: the water saw its master and blushed into sparkling wine. May we be confident that the water of our lives will see the master, Jesus, and our lives will be turned into lives of wine. Amen.